my skin is so thick, like none of that shit gets to me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, after it happened, like Generation Now, we had amazing success with Lil Uzi Vert, and you know, I was on to, you know, I'm gonna be here. Like I've been here, I'm here, and I'm gonna be here. Like it's the one thing about it. Like through all of it, through Drake and Meek, through Jeezy and Gucci, through me getting a fucking,
that was a little different than Drake
getting
and Meek.
a RICO charge. Like
Yeah.
I've been through Vert trying to, you know, throw dirt on Generation Now's name. Like,
yeah,
listen, man, like it's cool. I'm from the cloth. Like I've been doing this shit since I was fucking 13.
Where's that relationship at now? Were you in Vert?
In Vert?
Yeah.
Oh, we in a great space, man.
Good.
I don't know if you saw, but we all, you know, we all took a picture together at the BET Awards.
Yeah.
Myself, Lake, Cannon is like Rick Rubin, so he doesn't leave his house. He's like a gardener, so he wasn't there. But Seti, Vert, Sonny, Jack, we all took a pic together. Yeah, you know, so you know, we've you know, Cannon's been back in the studio with Vert. They worked on the most recent project together. You know, we've been talking to Vert, you know, consistently for the last like 6, 7, 8 months per se. So, and it's dope. It's a good feeling. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what we went through. You know, it became public, but you know, that happens between family. Like, and one of the reasons why I was like, it was a tough spot for us is because, you know, Vert's success was our success. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I instead of like necessarily coming out and feeling like we wanted to defend ourselves, because we took a lot of heat. Yeah. Like, you know, it was like Generation Now, you know, and even with the Rock Nation situation, like Rock Nation was put in the media as if they saved little Uzi Vert's career, and you know, from
I didn't gather that.
What?
So? Okay, I don't look at press releases. I'm sorry.
You know, it was a free Uzi campaign, and then,
I remember that shit.
Yeah, and then it came.
I remember that.
Rock Nation saves little Uzi. Saves him from who? From 3 young Black men that met in college at Clark Atlanta and Morehouse, who grew up on hip hop, who were best friends, who then came into the game, changed the game, and then created a label. Like, we're not culture vultures. Like, we are the epitome of the dream. Like, what did y'all save him from? Yeah. We didn't do nothing wrong by that kid. All we did was help make him a fucking superstar. Lake
never getting a Jay-Z.
Lake was an amazing manager. Cannon was right there, you know, with his sound. You know, I was DJ Drama waving the Uzi flag. What did y'all save him from? Like,
it's all politics.
It didn't have to go down like that. And, you know, I love Jay-Z. He's in my top whatever rappers of all time. And this is not necessarily a criticism of him per se, but yeah, like, come on now. Like, like why was the spin Rock Nation saves little Uzi Vert's career? Like, yo, like we're 3 young Black men that like made it from DJing parties for $150 to going on to having an illustrious label after Cannon makes some of the biggest records in hip hop, and after DJ Drama creates Gangsta Grills. Like, don't paint us out to be the bad guys. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Well, I mean, do you feel they did that? Sometimes the artist can create that, because I think with Meg, that's kind of been the PR stint as well with her prior production deal and then with the Rock Nation thing. And I don't know who's behind all of this, but that's just been the narrative with a lot of artists, not just Rock Nation per se.
Right.
But anytime someone signs somewhere else.
All I'm gonna say is that little Uzi Vert's contract was it's a fair and there's nothing that we did on our side that was like taking advantage of an artist or a young kid trying to make it in the business. We were 3, me, myself, Cannon, and Lake are 3 individuals that split our percentage three ways. Our percentage has always been less than Little Uzi Vert's percentage. So
it's amazing.
I don't want to speak on anybody else's contracts or whatever, because that's not my business.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I know when it comes to our business, we do very good business and we do good by people. Hence why even throughout my dramas, no pun intended, I've been able to get back up and move on, because at the end of the day, I'm a good guy. Like, I don't, again, like, yeah, the name has been the gift and the curse, but like, I'm not out here fucking people over.
Did you reach out to Hov to talk about that whole Uzi Vert situation?
Nah, I've never talked to Hov. I haven't. I never. Yeah, and Hov didn't reach out to me.
Okay. I think y'all should have a conversation.
I love Hov, bro. I love Hov. Like,
I think there needs to be a conversation.
He's one of the most inspiring.
Sure that, I mean, obviously that didn't come from Hov.
He's one of the most inspiring people.
But it's funny what
in the genre,
5-minute conversation can clear up.
Yeah.
I love what he's, how he's elevated the game. Like, who doesn't Hov inspire when it comes?
Right.
Well, did you have a conversation with Uzi before he signed with Rock, management wise?
No.
Okay.
So he just went ahead and did that. Y'all had no idea he was gonna go with them.
We weren't really speaking at the time.
Prior to the free Uzi campaign shit, did you feel any type of way of him going to Rock?
No, I didn't. Again, it's not that I felt any type of way. I just the feelings that I felt was myself, Cannon, and Lake being painted as the bad guys.
Right. Yeah. Right. I feel you.
And again, like, listen, when an artist of his caliber is out there tweeting or saying X, Y, and Z, I can't go against his fan base. Like, whatever I say, like, they're gonna, that man's a fucking rock star. Like, he's one of the biggest artists in hip hop. Like, they're gonna, and with any artist, like, when artists say what they have to say, like, that's where the people go. You know what I'm saying? So, we just we sat back and played our position, and, what I will say is that, like, when it was going down, like, I definitely have to salute and appreciate Jack for, standing by my side and waving the flag when he necessarily didn't have to. He could have stayed out of the way, and when it was really thick and in a line of fire, Jack posted a picture with me and him and said his piece, and then, said it eternal take on the way.
Did him and Uzi have a relationship?
They didn't. They hadn't never even met. And Jack was a fan of Uzi.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Jack, one of the reasons why, beyond the legacy that we brought to the table, like Generation Now being the label that Little Uzi Vert was on, I'm sure, had a part in Jack wanting to sign to us. So no, they hadn't had a relationship or had even met. And then, Vert went on to he put like a clown face on Jack, and they've since moved on to, like, last BET Awards was the first time they actually met, and we all hugged it out, and we took a picture then, and that kind of put a stamp where it was like, okay,
it was good to see that
we're all moving forward. It was good to see, and it felt great to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Vert, like, like, even when he had his thing to say, like, I watched this kid go from this kid from Philly, like, wide-eyed, coming to mean streets, meeting Thug, and being on tour with Khalifa, to being a fucking rock star. You know what I'm saying? So
icons,
it was like,
these kids.
Yeah.
So to take a picture with Jack and Vert originally in 21, like, it felt great, and then to take a picture this year with, all of us, minus Cannon. I wish we could have cropped Cannon into the picture. Like, it was a full circle moment,
Creatively, outside of, like, the messy shit, how did you, Lake, and Cannon strategize Uzi? Because that was definitely out of the wheelhouse that was the Gangsta Grillz brand. Because even Jack is a rapper.
Facts.
Of course, he's a current rapper, but it's still in the wheelhouse of what Gangsta Grillz started as. how did you guys, outside of just seeing Uzi's talent, what was the strategy on that? Because you guys don't come from that specific type of hip hop.
I would disagree because, you know, I feel like we do. I mean, like we come from all of it. Like Lake can tell you from west to south to east, like you can't play a record that Lake's not familiar with. Like Cannon the same thing, me the same thing. So, you know, our strategy was we realized that we had a dope artist that was definitely something fresh and new that came from Philly.
Yeah.
You know, an argument I had with the label at the time was they were telling me, yo, you got to get this kid hot in his backyard. And I was like, I disagree. Like,
especially what Philly was on at that time.
Yeah, like, you know, the way when we first signed Uzi, when people were like, oh, like, tell me about him. The only thing I had to kind of define it was like Uzi is to Philly what A$AP Rocky was to New York. That's how I originally.
It's actually a really, really, really good comparison.
Yeah. That's how I originally used to put it in perspective. And, you know, at the time, I had more LA gigs than I had anywhere. So we had Vert out in LA, like, you know, What Do You Want was the hottest record in the club out there. And then we took him on tour with us, you know, the Fall Out Boy and Wiz Khalifa tour, and literally put him in front of 20,000 off top.
Yeah.
Where he got his chop. You know, he was able to really like get his chops just, you know, it's like going from high school straight to the league.
Yeah.
And then Cannon was, you know, the sound, like, you know, Cannon and, you know, Molly Raw, like, and Vert, like they literally created that sound at Mean Street Studios.
Yeah.
And like Cannon was the wizard behind, you know, how Vert's sound was, you know what I'm saying? So they were a dynamic duo. When it came to the music, me and Lake stayed out of the way. Like Cannon and Vert, yeah, they had that. Like
we say you're too humble. Cannon is too fucking humble, bro.
Yeah.
Cannon as a producer doesn't get talked about the way he should.
Yeah, I agree.
For the longevity, the eras he went through, the beats that are so iconic.
When I be seeing them producer lists and they be leaving my man out, like, yo,
it's crazy.
I be wanting to custom niggas the fuck out. Like, yo, how y'all be making these fucking lists and not putting my man Don Cannon on there? Like,
what producer has been in every single era that's
like,
current
bro?
right now?
Like, yo, like this man made Go Crazy. Like his first placement
crazy.
had Jay-Z on it.
Yeah.
This nigga made the fucking Art of Storytelling with Andre 3000 and Big Boy. Like, like what are we talking about? Nigga made Cannon like one of Lil Wayne's most talked about verses. Like. And one of the records that everybody wants to spit on.
No